The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
And welcome to the Saturday morning sports show live from Slumberland here in Mexico. It's the championship edition, as a matter of fact. High school district championship games going on last night. Van Far defeating Grandview 22-18 on the road, and they claimed their Class 1 district championship. Mexico Ledger sports editor Jeremy Jacob covered the game last night, made the 2.5-hour drive, and he reports that Van Far had stopped Grandview on fourth down 5 times during that game, and also some touchdowns for Evan Utterback, Gavin Gaston, and Kaysen Christian. So Van Far next week, they get a home game, and they're going to be taking on Hayti. That's a 1 o'clock game. And we're hoping to speak with Coach Gibson and some of the players next week. We'll look forward to that. Let's get to our first guest of the show here today, coming from the North Callaway High School and representing girls wrestling. We have the head coach, Ronnie Kimbley, and also Elka Endres, a junior. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having us.
I want to talk to you first, Coach. You've seen the most wrestlers in program history last year. And, tell us a little bit about what that growth means for North Callaway wrestling, if you will.
That's huge for the school, not only for the school, just for the sport all within itself. Girls wrestling is really, really taken on, especially here in the state of Missouri. We started off with one girl 3 years ago, and we're up to 8 now. So once you get over that halfway hump, it tends to just fall in place.
Absolutely. Elka, you qualified for state last season at 135 pounds, also earned all conference honors. What did that experience teach you for this upcoming season?
It taught me a lot of grit. It wasn't an easy season, and there was definitely a lot of challenges, but it was overall really fun, and I had great experiences. We learned a lot coaching-wise and team-wise that I'm very grateful for. Very
nice. Coach, you said you want to win more tournaments and capture a conference title for the first time. What will it take to get there?
Staying healthy, mainly. Wrestling's a tough season. It's a tough sport on the body and the mind, so keeping our mindset right and staying healthy, eating, drinking the right stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Elka, we were talking a little bit before the show got going. You said you've been wrestling for, 7 years now?
Yes.
Coach was just talking about the commitment to wrestling and what that takes. Tell everybody what that's like, because a lot of Saturday mornings, you're up early in the morning, you're going till late at night. Tell everybody a little bit about that.
Wrestling's one of the toughest sports, and it's mentally exhausting, but it's also so rewarding. It takes, you get out what you put in, and I've been putting in as much as I can, and I've been getting out what I do, and it's just nice.
Yeah. What do you tell your players as far as nutrition-wise, what they need to do during the wrestling season to kind of stay healthy and stay on track, Coach?
So a lot of water is main thing, and then protein on top of that. And don't necessarily cut out the carbs. We're eating good carbs, fruits, vegetables, stuff like that. I mean, we're still eating just better choices.
Yeah. Elka, what about your biggest goal this year? Another state trip, a medal, or something else?
I'd like to just be more consistent this year. I feel like we learned a lot from last season, and this year I am going for a state medal.
Absolutely. Coach, do you go out and kind of recruit girls a little bit, or do you rely on Elka to kind of help out with that?
So I throw flyers all over the school, kind of plaster them everywhere. We talk about it a lot, but your best part is your athletes. So they go out and they talk about it. Get a friend or two a year coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the start of girls wrestling season. And I think you guys have been practicing for 2 weeks now. When does that get underway?
So the season actually our competition dates December 1st. That's our first competition.
Right around the corner. Elka, are you prepared? Are you ready? You're done with practice for a minute or two? You ready to get the live matches going?
I'm excited. Practice has been really hard, but it's been preparing us mentally and physically, and I'm excited.
Yeah. What would you tell girls who are thinking about going out for girls wrestling? What's your biggest selling point to get them to go ahead and try it?
Just do it. There's not a lot of expectation. It's a new sport, but it's growing, and you can be a part of a change.
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. I want to wish you the best of luck on the season. We're going to be having you guys in all season long to talk about how things are going, and thanks for getting up early this morning.
Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
North
Thank you.
Callaway High School wrestling head coach Ronnie Kimbley, also Elka Endres, our first guest. We do want to thank our studio sponsors, Slumberland Furniture here in Mexico. 60% off early Black Friday sales. Come out and see Andy. He's already up and going, offering coffee and other beverages here at the Slumberland. And check out the banner as well. Also, the United Credit Union, Weber Family of Pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, the Mexico School District, and Community R6 School District. Without them, none of this would be possible. And we want to bring in Mexico High School girls basketball, fresh from practice, as a matter of fact. They stopped it just a tad bit early to come out and visit with us. We have the head coach, Makenzie Mudd, here with us. Also, Hannah Loyd, senior, and senior Landri Teel. Thanks for coming out this morning, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Coach Mudd, is it year number 3 as the head coach?
Year number 3.
A little bit of success. Your team caught fire last year in the playoffs. Talk about this year's team. What's it going to look like?
It's a great question. We're still kind of piecing that together. So lost 4 seniors last year. Graduated. Our leading scorer, as I'm sure most people know, Claire Hudson, graduated. So looking for people to kind of fill in those roles that can come up and do those things that she did for us. We did bring in a transfer from Macon. We have a new junior with us. She's been fitting in pretty well. So bring Charlie Douglas. So she's bringing some interesting mix-up to our team. So definitely looking forward to kind of working with a lot of those returning players from last year and seeing what we can put together this year.
Absolutely. Anna, talk a little bit about your leadership for some of those younger players. What are you telling them about this season, what they can expect for Mexico basketball, and what you kind of expect as being a senior?
Just have fun, work hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Landri, your senior season, as a matter of fact, and kind of talk a little bit about that going into senior season. You just finished up softball, and now you're getting ready to finish up basketball. Talk about your basketball season, your role on the team.
Yeah, what? My role is to just be a big down in the bottom, in the paint, get the ball in, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of talk a little bit about how you guys complement each other as senior leaders on the team. Hannah, we'll start off with you. Are you awake this morning, Hannah?
Yeah.
All right.
I was trying to think.
Well,
Yeah.
here, I can start you guys off. So both of them obviously have been in the program for all 4 years. Definitely different players, hold different roles. I think Hannah's more of the always going 100%, even when we tell her to slow down, she doesn't know how to, and that's something that I think the other girls see and kind of feed off of. Landry's pretty good at being the positive person for, I think, a lot of those younger people, smiling, picking them up, things like that. So I think they're good. They have that good influence over those younger players.
Now, I talked to you several times last year before the games, and it was always an emphasis to get the games started a little bit quicker, get the offense going a little bit sooner. Kind of talk a little bit about the importance of that, and is that something that you're focusing on right now in practices?
Yes, definitely have been talking about that again this year. With losing some of our scoring from last year, talking about how we can produce in transition, how can we get down the floor faster, not have to kind of wait and let the defense set up. So working on that conditioning and just that creating opportunities for each other.
Absolutely. Hannah, you had a sports signing this week. You're going on to play basketball in college, right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, right. Tell us about that. You're actually going to play softball, and where at?
I'm going to Pittsburgh State University.
That's in
It's pro
Kansas,
softball.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you still going to represent your Mizzou gear while you're in Kansas?
No.
No. Okay. And there were some softball awards as well. I believe you were recognized. Talk a little bit about that.
I was really excited. I worked really hard. I really didn't think I'd top off my freshman year, and this season I was able to.
Absolutely. I believe you were first team catcher. You were recognized for that. Also, Aaliyah Henderson, second team outfield for softball. Landri, game's coming up. First game is going to be the Filbert tournament. Are you ready? And what can we expect from you this season? What are your goals?
I think so. I think we're just need to work on scoring since we lost Claire. We need to work on just getting the ball in. And Yeah.
Absolutely. Coach, returning players this year, do you have some experience on the team?
Yeah, so we've got these two. We've got Grace Hudson's back from her injury. Scotty Smith, Alyssa Miller, Madison Bickle played a little bit of varsity for us last year. I said we are bringing Charlie in with some experience. Did I forget anybody? Too early. I think that's it. And then we're bringing up a few underclassmen that are going to play some JV too, but hopefully get some varsity minutes and contribute in that aspect as well.
I'm curious what the North Central Missouri Conference looks like this year for ladies basketball. Kind of talk a little bit about that.
That's a great question. Obviously, nobody's really played yet, so we don't know. But I do think last year we were competitive. We're able to. We beat everybody, we beat everybody in the conference last year at some point. So I think we have a chance to do that again this year with schools graduating people. And obviously we did too. But I do think that we are still going to be competitive in our last year in the conference.
Yeah, last year in the North Central Missouri Conference, Hannah, any teams that you particularly would like to go out with, maybe a 2-0 record against this season?
Fulton.
Landri?
Fulton.
Fulton. All right, beat Fulton, as a matter of fact, is the theme here. We certainly appreciate you guys coming out. Are you going deer hunting today?
No.
No, okay. I guess it's too late for that. But listen, we appreciate all of you coming out and talking about your season.
Thank you.
Mexico ladies basketball, the Lady Bulldogs here, Hannah, Loyd, Landri, Teel, and head coach Makenzie Mudd, and we'll be talking to several players all season long. And we do want to thank our sponsors once again, our studio sponsor, Slumberland Furniture here in Mexico. They provide us a nice set here, nice banner. Check that out. Early Black Friday deals going on. Come out and see Andy. Also, United Credit Union, Weber Family of Pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, Mexico School District, and the Community R6 School District. Before we go any further, we had started mentioning about softball awards, and Community R6 had some softball awards as well. First team on the infield, Jocelyn Curtis. First team infield, Peyton Schafer. First team outfield, Anna McLeod. And actually second team catcher, Macy Poindexter. And second team outfielder, Chloe Johnson. Don't want to forget about our soccer guys. They had a few there, as a matter of fact, all conference. Grant Walker, Jesus Garcia, and Alex Rodriguez earning second team accolades there. So congratulations to all of those postseason awards. Now we're going to have the Mexico Activities Director, the high school activities director, Brandon Schafer, in this morning. And Gary Filbert is getting ready to kick off the basketball season. Is this year 15 for Filbert?
It is year 15. It's very exciting. Our committee that we put together for the Gary Filbert, Walt Duffin, and Jeff Anderson, George Huffman, they're very excited. Year 15, Walt wanted to do a lot of different things to just honor, past recipients of the scholarship. It's free entry. That was the big thing for Walt. He said he wants anybody that wants to come to get in for free. And so I've communicated that with all the ADs at the schools that'll be coming, and I'm excited to just offer that opportunity to everybody.
How has the Classic changed over the years? And really, it's just one team against another team. It's not really a tournament format, and that's why they call it the Classic.
Yep.
How has it changed over the years?
So I was just getting started when they started the Classic, and it was 3 or 4 games, and so now we have 8 games, and I think that's the most that we've had. So it's going to be a tight day, early morning, late night, but it's an exciting opportunity for a lot of local schools. When it first started, it was a wider range. I think Sullivan was part of it. Scott County Central came up one of those first few years, and so now it's a more local event, and so just gives those schools around the area the opportunity to play on Gary Filbert Court.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And let's talk about some of those teams. I think Van Far football.
Man, Coach Gibson threw a wrench in my. No, it's a great problem to have. Anytime anything positive happens in Audrain County, it's great. Great people over in Van Far. I'm excited for Natalie and Lucas and their family and that community. So, So Van Far boys, obviously, at a school that size, they're playing football still. So Northwestern Minden has. And they're a school up north. They were looking for a game, and so hopefully they'll still be able to come down and play New Bloomfield. And now the Vanfar girls obviously will want to play early in the day, and they were going to play the 3:30 game. So I'm still working on that schedule. I've reached out to Southern Boone to see what they want to do, but North Callaway will be coming in. They'll be playing. Their boys will be playing the Missouri Military Academy MMA. Coach Hooker, teacher in the high school, is very excited. Coach Minnie, their AD, they're very excited to have the chance to come play in that. And I've always wanted to get MMA over here, or to the Filbert, and so that'll be a good chance or a good time for them.
Yeah, it's expanding.
Yes.
As a matter of
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
We're seeing a
So
lot of these area
it is.
teams.
And obviously R6, my alma mater, can't not have them come. So their girls will be playing New Bloomfield. Coach Curtis likes to get a good game for their girls to start the year, usually a district opponent. And so he's very helpful in finding opponents for Community R6. And then, the nightcap is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Our girls will be playing Smith Cotton, and then our boys will be playing Smith Cotton as well. And the reason I reached out to Smith Cotton was there's a very important person coaching their boys right now, and Coach Scanlon, and I have a little history. And when I first started, he was the head coach, and he allowed me to become a middle school coach. And so, I'm part of his coaching tree. Whether or not he likes that or not, I don't know. But I've reached out to a lot of his former players, and I think it is going to be a very exciting environment at 8 o'clock and 6:30 for our girls' game, because his daughter plays, Brecken, who I got to teach in kindergarten when she was in PE, so that's exciting too. So a lot of connections, a lot of old faces coming back to Mexico, and so it's going to be a good time.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
You check that schedule out. I think Mexico High School.
Yep, we just pushed it out.
activities
We'll have to push out a new one on Monday,
Yeah,
but
okay.
but a little updated, but still pretty close to the same times.
No doubt. I know we started off talking about Filbert, and the Filbert Court is where this will be played at.
Yep.
But there's going to be a new basketball floor coming very soon. I'm pretty excited about this. Can you give us some details about that? When is it being planned, and what's this going to look like?
So, Dr. Lentz has been really vital in the transition of like the bond and everything happening. And so we met with the pre-bid process. We met with a company that has done some other floors in Orchard Farm. We played their
Yeah.
sectionals last year. You see that floor? That's
That
nice.
is the first class.
And that's what we're looking at. Light, like very pretty. They're going to rip the whole thing out, which a lot of our former alumni have requested pieces of that floor,
Sure.
which I totally understand, and so that'll be something that we try to preserve a lot of that. But yeah, they're going to pull that out, and the design we're still working through. We want gray, we want red, but we want it to be just a gorgeous floor. And one cool thing that they've talked about, we have our track. Like our track, when you pull the bleachers back, we have our track, 3-lane track.
Yeah.
And so what they're looking at is, instead of, we're going to expand that more. So Coach Scott and our track team and anybody that needs that type of surface will have and the flooring company is very excited to have something different. And so they're going to have that opportunity to do more training on that floor instead of a hardwood. So it's a little softer. And so it's going to be awesome.
It'll be phenomenal.
It's going to be awesome.
When do they expect to get it
Oh,
started?
yeah.
When do they expect to complete it?
Well, hopefully they can't tear it out until middle of March.
yeah.
March 16th or 17th. Hopefully they can't tear it out then. But as soon as we have our last basketball game, they're going to come in and get the process going, so they can be ready for volleyball on August 1st. So
two things. We would like to request a piece of that court.
Of course.
To put right up here at
Yeah.
our Slumberland Furniture Studio.
Heck yeah.
And will Gary Filbert's signature still be on that court?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm working with Mr. Anderson. He did a lot to make that happen. So we're going to make sure that we have that, and we're going to try and preserve the signature that's already on there, and maybe, put that up and hang that up on the entryway. So it's going to be cool. But yes, that will 100% be on there.
Very excited to get the high school basketball season opened up. It all starts with the Gary Filbert Classic. It's going to be 1 week from today. All of the madness, the craziness will be going on at the Mexico High School. Hope everybody will check that out and check out the Mexico High School Bulldogs activities page for the schedule. That'll be updated on Monday. Certainly appreciate your time this morning.
I appreciate you having me, Matt.
Hey, he is the Mexico High School Activities Director, Brandon Schafer. We do want to talk about one other thing before we wrap up things today. Mizzou football looking to get back on the right track today as they take on Mississippi State. Really a must-win for the Tigers. Also, the Chiefs will be headed to Mile High tomorrow to take on the Denver Broncos. The Broncos have won, I think, 7 straight at this point. We didn't get to play prediction time with any of our guests. So who's going to win Mizzou's game today, and who's going to win the Chiefs game tomorrow? Mr.
I think
Schafer.
Mizzou will win. What's the line?
I don't
6.5.
have the line, yeah.
I think they covered the line. I think they cover the spread. It's going to be an over hit, though, I think. It's going to be a lot of points scored tonight. And then I can't go against the Chiefs. I hate Denver.
All right.
I hate Denver. But, I think
One
the Chiefs
for the
can pull
good
it
guys.
off.
Prediction for the Chiefs here from Brandon Schafer. Thanks again for coming out this morning.
No problem. Thank you, Matt.
We want to thank our sponsors here, the studio sponsor, Slumberland Furniture in Mexico. As early Black Friday sales are going on, United Credit Union, Weber Family of Pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, the Mexico School District, and the Community R6 School District. I'm Matt Pilger, and this is the Saturday Morning Sports Show, live from Slumberland in the Mexico Ledger.